It was the day before Christmas, and the house on Whippoorwill Place was tingling with excitement. Mom and Dad and Brady and Riley were getting ready for their trip into town. There was one last thing they had to do before Christmas Day.
Mom, are you sure Santa will still be there? Doesn't he have to go back to the North Pole?
Don't worry, Brady. I'm sure Santa will still be there.
You can be thinking of what you want to ask Santa for when we get there.
Brady didn't really need to think about it. He had decided long ago what he would ask Santa for this Christmas. And so, a little while later, when they had arrived at the mall downtown, and Brady was sitting on Santa's lap, he knew exactly what he wanted to tell him.
Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, young man. What's your name?
I'm Brady Thomas Garrett, but everyone calls me Brady.
Well then, Brady, why don't you tell me what you'd like for Christmas this year?
I want to see some real dinosaurs, Santa.
Over the years, Santa had heard just about every kind of Christmas wish imaginable, but this one took him by surprise.
You want to see real dinosaurs, Brady?
That's what I want more than anything. If it's possible, I mean.
Well, you know, anything is possible if you believe, but this is certainly a tricky one. You see, the dinosaurs don't really live in the present time where we do. They lived long, long ago. To see live ones, then, you'd have to travel back in time to Dinosaur Land. It's possible, as I said, if you believe. But you'll have to do exactly as I say.
Sure, Santa. Just tell me what to do.
Well, then, here's what you do. First, you'll need a secret password.
A secret password?
Your secret password is like a key that opens the door to yesterday. So think of your secret password and don't tell it to anyone. But be careful not to forget it, or you won't be able to get into Dinosaur Land. And if you did get in, then forgot your password, you'd be stuck there. You'd never get home for Christmas, and I'm not sure how we'd ever get you back. Do you understand?
I understand, Santa.
Brady looked around as he thought about a secret password. He saw Mom and Dad and Riley standing there waiting for him, and he knew what his secret password would be.
Got it? Okay, Brady, tonight on Christmas Eve, after you've said your prayers and said goodnight to your little brother and Mom and Dad have tucked you into bed, just as you're ready to fall asleep, you'll think of Dinosaur Land. You'll picture yourself traveling there. And you'll say your secret password. But remember, Brady, you mustn't forget your secret password. That's very important, because you have to leave Dinosaur Land before the stroke of midnight so you can be back home for Christmas. When you hear the bells of Christmas begin to ring, you'll know it's time to leave Dinosaur Land immediately. The bells will ring 12 times, and on the 12th ring, it will be Christmas Day.
Thanks, Santa.
You're welcome, Brady. Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas.
Late that night, Christmas Eve, after Brady had said his prayers and said good night to his little brother Riley, and Mommy and Daddy had tucked him into bed, Brady put his head on his pillow and closed his eyes. Remembering Santa's instructions, he thought about this wonderful, magical place that existed only in the long, long ago, a place called Dinosaur Land. He pictured himself traveling there, and then he whispered his secret password. When Brady opened his eyes, he found himself in another world.
Could this be real? Am I really in Dinosaur Land?
He heard a crashing sound in the woods nearby, and suddenly something incredible emerged from the trees.
Well, of course you're in Dinosaur Land. What am I, chopped liver?
No, you're a Triceratops.
Correct, but what are you? I've never seen a dinosaur like you before.
I'm not a dinosaur. I'm a boy. I just wanted to come here to see some real dinosaurs.
Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Dinosaur Land. Would you like for me to show you around?
Sure, that would be great.
Well, hop on then, and I'll give you the grand tour. Be careful of those horns, though.
Brady hopped onto the back of Triceratops, carefully avoiding the 3 horns on the creature's head, and they started off into the woods.
Say, Brady, do you know what a Triceratops has that no other dinosaur has?
I don't know what.
Baby Triceratops.
I thought it was 3 horns on your head.
Yes, you're right. It's the 3 horns on my head that make me special.
Why do you have 3 horns, Triceratops?
Well, it's like this. I'm kind of big and clumsy, as you may have noticed. Around here, they call me Mr. Stumble. When I'm making my way through the swamps and forests and I encounter one of my friends on the trail, I have to warn them that I'm coming through so they can get out of the way. So I use my horns. If it's a little critter, I don't want to scare them, so I just give them a toot on my little horn like this. If it's one of the big boys, then I use these bigger horns. Are you sure you want to hear them?
Sure.
Better cover your ears then. Sometimes the smaller horn and the bigger horns have a contest to see who's best. I call it the Battle of the Little Big Horns.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I just read the lines they give me.
What's that giggling sound?
Oh, that's my little friend Spiny, the baby Spinosaurus. He laughs at all my jokes. There he is, right over there. See him?
Yes, he's pretty cute. Does he bite?
No, he's a friendly little scamp. I think he wants to ride around with us. Do you mind?
No, I guess not.
Okay, hop off then and go over there and pick him up. Go on, just grab him by the tail.
Like this?
That's right. Now just tuck him into your backpack and climb aboard.
Are you okay, Spidey?
So off they went, with Brady riding on Triceratops and his new little friend Spiny stowed away in Brady's backpack.
Okay, here's the first stop on our tour. See that big fellow over there? That's a brachiosaur. Now, if we follow this trail here, I think... Yep, there they are. Those are Camarasaurus. Across the lake on the muddy flats over there, you can see a herd of Seismosaurus.
Wow!
And on that hill over there, that's a brood of oviraptors.
They look like chicken.
Yep. Let's get back into the woods now. Say, Brady, I've got one for you. Why did the oviraptor cross the road?
I don't know. Why didn't the oviraptor cross the road?
Because the chicken hadn't evolved yet.
That was pretty good. How about this? What you call a dinosaur that was out the tar pit?
I don't know, Brady. What do you call a dinosaur that won't get out of the tar pit?
Lazy bone.
Oh, that's a good one.
Uh-oh, what was that?
That, my little friend, is the king of Dinosaur Land. You can see him through the trees.
Are you okay, Spidey?
That's Tyrannosaurus Rex. I call him T-Rex for short.
What does he call you?
Dinner. Come on, let's get out of here before he gets the munchies. On they went, trudging through the forests and swamps of Dinosaur Land, encountering all kinds of strange creatures. Look out, here comes a Tyrannosaurus. He likes to play tag with the Machiacosaurus. Watch it, Mac. Oh boy, here comes Tarbosaurus now. Tarbo the traffic cop, we call him. The sun climbed higher and the air became hot and humid. You okay back there, Brady?
Yes, but I'm getting hot and sweaty.
Well, we can fix that. How would you like to go for a swim and meet another one of my friends?
Sounds like fun. Let's go.
Moments later, they came to a large pool. The water looked cool and refreshing. Brady found his swimsuit in his backpack and put it on. Then he stepped carefully into the pool and lowered himself into the water. Suddenly, he felt the water churning around him. Meet my friend Monosaur, Brady. He likes to play fetch. Why don't you throw that stick and tell him to go fetch it? So Brady swam in the water, playing fetch with the Monosaur, until they were both exhausted. Brady climbed out of the water, put on his clothes, strapped on his backpack with Spiny inside, and hopped aboard Triceratops to continue his tour of Dinosaur Land. Look up there on that rock, Brady.
Stegosaurus!
Very good. Ready for another one?
I'll take dinosaurs for 200, Alex.
What about these fellows up here?
What's a Diplodocus?
Diplodocus, correct.
Dinosaurs for 300, Alex.
Okay, those guys down by the creek?
What iguanodon?
Iguanodons, correct again. Okay, enough fooling around. Let's move on, Brady, because I've saved the best for last. Meet my friend Terry. He's a pterodactyl.
Where is he? I don't see him.
Oh, didn't I tell you? He's a flying dinosaur. Look up in the sky.
Whoa, that's incredible. A flying dinosaur.
Say, I have an idea. How would you like for Terry to give you an aerial tour? Give you a bird's eye view of Dinosaur Land, so to speak. You'll be safe up there. He's a good flyer. It's just the landings that get him in trouble. Hey, Terry, come on down here. Hey, Terry, how about giving my friend Brady here a little tour?
Sure, boss. Hop on, kid, and let's do some flying. Try and give me a drum roll.
Oh, please, this guy thinks he's a flying ace. Flying joker is more like it.
Drum roll. Hey, look down there, Brady. It's Triceratops. Let's buzz him and give him a little scare. Hey, pointy head, look out below. Here we come.
You duck-billed dimwit, pull up! Pull up! turned out the lights.
Thanks, Terry.
You're welcome.
Once again, Brady and Triceratops set off to explore more of Dinosaur Land. Later, they arrived back where they had started. The sun was setting, and the forests and swamps of Dinosaur Land had grown quiet. Very quiet.
Well, Brady, we've had a big day. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. This is about bedtime for most of us here in Dinosaur Land. You look like you could use a little rest yourself.
Brady was exhausted too after such an exciting day. Santa had told him he had to leave Dinosaur Land before midnight, but he was so tired, and he figured he had time for a short nap. So he took off his backpack, stretched out on the soft grass beside Triceratops, and closed his eyes. Several hours later, Brady was awakened by a sound. He was confused for a moment, and then he remembered that he was still in Dinosaur Land. The bells of Christmas. He remembered what Santa had told him.
On the 12th ring it will be Christmas Day. You must leave Dinosaur Land before the 12th ring, Brady. If you don't, I'm not sure how we'd ever get you home.
He quickly grabbed his backpack and got ready to leave. But in the excitement of the day, he had forgotten the secret password he needed to go home.
What's my secret password? Something about my family. Something that rhymed. Was it Mommy Wommy? No. Was it Daddy Wally? No. Was it Raggy Waggy? No.
Growing frantic, he tried to think.
Oh, please. What was my secret password?
As the bells of Christmas continued their count toward Christmas Day, Brady was worried that he'd never be able to leave Dinosaur Land and find his way back home. Then, just as the bells of Christmas rang out for the 12th and final time, it came to him.
Now I remember. Smiley Riley.
At that moment there was a tingling in the air around him, a crack of thunder, and a shower of sparks. And with that, Brady disappeared from Dinosaur Land. Sometime later he awoke again to the voices of Mom and Dad calling from downstairs.
Brady!
Brady! Come on, get down here. It's Christmas morning.
Brady leaped out of bed and rushed downstairs. He couldn't wait to tell them about his adventure.
Mom, Dad, guess what? I've been to Dinosaur Land. I saw some real dinosaurs.
Oh, Brady, don't be silly. You just had a dream.
Brady, the dinosaurs lived long ago. It's not scientifically possible to visit the past and see real dinosaurs.
But Santa said anything's possible if you believe.
His mom and dad gave each other a curious look, then smiled and shook their heads.
Well, if you want to believe you really went to Dinosaur Land, that's okay with us.
Can you tell us all about it later? It's time to open presents.
Brady knew his mom and dad didn't really believe him. Could they be right? Was it just a dream after all? Suddenly he heard a familiar sound and saw a flash of orange in the hallway. Mom and Dad were busy opening presents and they didn't notice anything, but Maggie saw it too. Spiny, He had been asleep in Brady's backpack, and somehow he had made the journey home with Brady. Now he could prove to Mom and Dad that he really had been to Dinosaur Land. But before Brady could go after Spiny, he heard the front door open, then close. He rushed to the front window.
Oh no, Spidey's gone. Hey, don't eat the snowman.
Brady, come on. We're waiting for you so we can open the presents.
In the days and months and years that followed, as Brady played on his playground, or walked around the circle at the end of his street, or explored the woods nearby, he would sometimes see a flash of orange and hear that familiar sound of his little friend. He knew Mom and Dad might never believe he'd really gone to Dinosaur Land. But that was okay. He knew it had happened. His wish had come true. And so, as he sat with his Mom and Dad and his little brother Riley and Maggie beside the Christmas tree, Brady was as happy as any boy could ever be. And he thought to himself,
I hope wishes come true for everyone in the whole world this Christmas Day.